Awesome. All right. Thank you for joining me for a yoga class that I'm calling Ghosh Flow Yoga. We will follow the 26 and 2 yoga sequence, but add in optional sun salutes and posture variations, emphasis on the word optional. I'll walk you through everything. I'll talk you through everything. As you might know, 26 and 2 yoga is based off of a larger yoga sequence of 84 asanas by Bikram's guru, a man named Bishnu Ghosh. That's Ghosh Flow Yoga. Okay, so we're going to start with 2 rounds of pranayama, deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. Bring your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely, 2 heels in line. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA, sound, head back. Arms forward, elbows touch. Good, inhale. Elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose. Down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Keep the weight in your heels. Lift your kneecaps. Squeeze your glutes. Lock your legs. Exhale, head up, weight stays in your heels. Hips a little forward, hip muscles contracting, quadricep muscles tight. Inhale, head down as you inhale. Suck your stomach in. Depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up even as you exhale. Stomach in, eyes open, shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. So just the neck and arms are moving. Lower body stays still like a statue. Look straight ahead. Exhale, head up. Just your head drops back. No backward bending. Keep shoulders over hips, hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down. Every you inhale, you're going to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push and squeeze. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. Let's make this the last breath. First set, spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down, curl out your shoulders, your head. And then come back to home base, back to your stillness. Second set, feet together, interlock your fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Bring all of your knuckles underneath your chin like glue. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, grow taller out of the base of your spine. And begin, inhale, chin down and arms up, breathing in through the nose. Lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly head back. Reach your arms forward, keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Full lungs. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Elbows touch. 1. Inhale, head down, breathing in through the nose. Exhale, head up, exhaling through the mouth. Inhale, head down. Exhale, head up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, head down, last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Change, arms down. We'll continue Ardha Chandrasana with Padasana, half moon with hands to feet pose. We'll do 3 sets, getting increasingly faster. And we'll also flow them into a sun salute. I'll explain it all as we go. Feet together, inhale your arms over your head, sideways, palms together. Interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross your thumbs. Nice tight grip. Stretch up out of your waist and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller, like you're trying to touch the ceiling. When you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears, stomach in. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows, without bending your knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility, creating a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Bring the weight back into your heels, press your hips forward, upper body back, arms back with your ears. Push your left hip a little forward to get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Hips forward, arms back, stretch up tall, stomach in, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Coming down without bending elbows, without bending knees, without holding your breath. Continue to breathe. We're going to breathe in and out through the nose for the rest of class. Make that your first priority. Once you can breathe, focus on the alignment. Weight in the heels, hips forward, arms back. Right hip a little forward, left shoulder a little forward. Once you can breathe, once you've got the alignment, go for depth at the end. Come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, first back into the day. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open. Relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake. Look for the floor behind you, eyes open. Squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, and upper back. Keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs, inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, chest up, arms back. Look back, fall back, lay back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, big stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. First forward fold of the day, take it easy, hands to floor, drop your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Padasana, hands to feet pose, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down, stomach in, from the lower spine to the floor, eyes open. Pulling is the object of stretching. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your big toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, stretch your spine down. We're going to lengthen into a halfway lift. On your next inhale, release the grips from the backs of your legs. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins through the floor in front of you, lengthening with a flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to floor, step back into a high plank or tabletop position, going into our little flow here. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog, or sink your hips down for child's pose. If you're doing down dog, you can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels down, lift your hips up, push the floor away from you. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, back into your halfway lift. Slowly exhale as you fold, relax your head down. Inhale, hands together, arms to your ears, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Good, second set. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, nice tight white knuckle grip. hips forward, arms back, stretch up, stomach in, and slowly bend your body to the right without relaxing your stomach. Push your hips to the left, breathe through your nose. On the inhale, lengthen the arms. On the exhale, push your hips a little bit further to the left. Little adjustments, left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward, weight in the heels, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. Strap in the middle, stretch up tall, stomach in, and slowly bend to the left without holding your breath. Push your hips to the right, still breathing. Weight in the heels, hips forward, head and arms back. Left shoulder a little forward, right hip a little forward. Keep the white tight grip with your fingers. Squeeze palms together, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. Second heart opener, keep your eyes open, drop your head back as far as it goes. Squeeze your butt, squeeze your palms, and bring your arms back with your ears. Immediately try to touch the wall behind you. Whole spine back bending, whole front of the body stretching. Keep the weight in your heels. Push your thighs forward, push your chest up, push your hands back, arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, way back, change. Inhale to come up, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Go down with a flat back, lead with your chin away from the chest. One hands to floor, then drop head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. Notice what's a little bit more loose in the second set, what's still a little tight or tender. There's no right or wrong to that answer, right? A lot of yoga is just an opportunity to check in with yourself in mind, body, and soul. Padasana, hands to feet pose, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. Roll forward a little bit, hips up a little bit, knees back a little bit, pull. Stretch, lengthen, try to lock your knees. Change, inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into your high plank. Let's hold the plank for a moment. If that lowering down motion doesn't work for you, skip it. You can go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, look forward, hug your elbows all the way in and lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into your back bend. If you're doing up dog, thighs off the floor. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. And we're going to do several sun salutes, or we're going to do several sun salutes in the standing series. So know that, maybe in one of them you do down dog, and in one of them you do child's pose, right? There's lots of different options here. So feel free to play around with them, choose your own adventure. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Slowly exhale, hold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Last set goes fast, feet together. Inhale, arms overhead. This time, just thumbs crossed, palms together, palms flat. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, drop to the right for 5. Still breathing. 4, eyes open. 3, legs locked. 2, 1. Change. Inhale to come up, lean up, lean back, stretch up, and drop to the left for 5. Chin up. 4, chest up. 3, stomach in. 2, lock your legs. 1. Change, inhale to come up. Third heart opener, keep your eyes open, drop your head back and go back. Change, inhale to come up, stretch up. Exhale, hold right away, grab the backs of your legs or your heels from behind. Pull on your heels, eyes open, roll your weight into your toes, stomach in. Lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Change, inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to floor, step back, high plank, keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, your up dog. Exhale, down dog, or whatever variation is speaking to you right now. Heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling. Spread your fingers wide, root down to all 28 knuckles and the space between your index finger and thumb. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Good, awkward Utkatasana. Step your right foot to the right about 6 inches. Hip width distance inside your feet parallel. Arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight, fingertips active, stomach in. Bend your knees, sit back and down, hips into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in, lean your upper body back, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles, suck it in, hold it in tight. Bring a little bit more weight back into your heels. Now lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change. Inhale to come up, keep your arms there. Push your hips forward, spread your toes wide, lift your heels as high as they go. I'm not going to do this second part because of a toe injury. Lift your heels all the way up, stretch up, bend your knees and sit down. Keep lifting the heels as you sit. Notice if your knees are going way out or way in, point your toes forward, sit down 1 more inch. Change, inhale to come up, last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees, thighs together, let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. So you can sit all the way down, or you can stop when feels right for you. And I'm not doing the third part either. Squeeze your knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight. From the side, looks like you're holding a box. Change, slowly come up. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms and shoulders down, take a breath. Option to do second set just the way you did first set, or we can try some fun variation. Second set, step your right foot to the right hip width distance, and this time, if you'd like, bring your hands together at heart center, suck your stomach in, bend your knees, sit back and down. Option to stay here or take left elbow to outer right thigh, start to look up and twist. So thumbs are at heart center. Option to stay here or bring your arms up and down, 6 and 12 o'clock. Look for your right hand, bring your hips a little to the left, left shoulder forward. Good, hands back together, unwind, other side, taking right elbow to outer left knee, twist so that your thumbs are at heart center, sternum. Option to stay here or bring your arms up and down, look up for your left thumb on this side, bring hips a little to the right and right rib cage forward. Hands together, unwind and change. Push the floor away from you and keep your hands here. Lift your heels as high as they go, stretch up, bend your knees, sit down. And then the second set, if you'd like, you can bring the hands back and fold forward. So this time, palms coming in towards each other, thumbs towards the floor, squeeze shoulders together, sit down a little bit more, heels a little higher, change. Inhale to come up, balance challenge, keep your heels lifted, arms up parallel, that's your counterbalance. Squeeze knees, thighs together, and slowly sit down, take your time, listen to your body. Keep sitting down or stop like me, squeeze your knees together. I guess it's hypocritical for me to say, keep sitting down when I myself am not. If you're all the way down and you have healthy knees and you want to work on strength, balance, and control, see if you can come up 1 inch and hold, come up 1 inch and hold, and change. Slowly lift up, knees together, thighs together. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms and legs down. Optional full sun salute. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank, keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Heel to floor. Good. Push the floor away from you, stomach in, hips up. Breathe. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Eagle pose. Exhale, swing right arm, under left arm, right under left, palms together, thumbs towards your nose. You can interlock fingers, have hands in prayer, or grab shoulders and give yourself a big bear hug. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down. Stay down there, lean back and bring your right leg over your left leg as high as possible, right over left, cross twist and breathe in and out through your nose. If your foot is coming out, sit down. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Sit down, lean your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, left side. Bring your left arm under your right arm, left under right, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down, keep your hips low, lean back and bring your left leg over your right leg, left over right, cross twist, breathe. In and out to your nose. Bring your knees a little to the left, upper body to the right. You want wrists, elbows, knees, and ankles all in one line. Try to bend your knees, sit down more, bring your upper body back to the end. Good, change feet together, arms over your head. Second set, let's do arms and legs at once. Bring right arm, under left arm, right leg, over left leg. The old under, over, send red rover over. Push your left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward. Try to even out the shoulders and hips. Push your top leg into your bottom leg, sit down and lean back. Good, change feet together, arms over your head. Last one, bring your left arm under your right arm. Oops, supposed to do arms and legs at once. Left leg over right leg, left arm under right arm, my bad. Sit down low, start to lean back more, so knees a little to the left, upper body to the right. Your foot is coming down, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, or even if you're not losing your balance, arch your upper body back to the end. Good, change feet together, inhale your arms over your head, optional sun salute, look up, greet the sun. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, this time if you'd like, you can try floating back. You want to land with your elbows bent. Good, lower down, inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's take a breath here. Using that ujjayi breath, think of your throat like a valve. You can generate heat in the body by taking a slow inhale against the back of the throat. A little bit of a snoring sound. Slow exhale against the back of the throat. Inhale, look forward. This time you can step or try floating forward, lengthen halfway. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Wonderful, party time. You can grab a sip of water here if you want. Cheers. And especially for folks with shoulder or wrist injuries. That was weird. I said shoulder or wrist injuries. Shoulder or wrist injuries. Full sun salutes can be like not so good for the wrist or shoulder. So I'm going to show you what's called a half sun salute. We'll do 2 of them. And if you'd like, you can join me in them, even if you like the full sun salute. So for the half salutes, you're going to inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes. Exhale, arms down. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms down. So you can always do that as an alternative to your full sun salute. Okay, next is the balancing series. We're going to flow standing head to knee to standing bow on both sides. Fun. Standing head to knee, Dandayamana Jani Shavasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, suck your stomach in, round down, and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken. You have no knee. If you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing slowly, gently. Lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles, stomach in. One day elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Arms straight, bend the right leg, lift up. Point your right toes, bring your knees together. Bring your right hand up, out to the right, standing bow. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle of thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up and back, right hip down a little bit, knees together to start. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, lift your shoulder, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. Slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. So from the side, 2 heels in line, kick back and up. In other words, 2 shoulders in line, touch your chin to your shoulder, shoulder blade scapula stretching away from the body. Kicking and stretching equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly with control. Kick yourself up, take a breath. Kind of fun, right? I'll show you the other side from the side. Shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh tight, lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, point your flexion, stretching the Achilles and calf. Round down and pick up your left foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. Suck your stomach in, lock your standing leg, relax your face, breathe through your nose. Inhale, breathing, lift your left leg up. Kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, come down a little bit more, eventually elbows go below the calf muscle, heel forward, toes back, stomach in, change. Arms straight, bend the left leg, point the left toes, knees together, left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot. Bring your right arm up and back, left hip forward and down, knees together. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin and shoulders, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your left leg back and up so you back bend. So in standing head to knee, right, we flexed our kicking foot, we sucked our stomach in, and we bent our spine. In standing bow pulling pose, what we're doing here, we're pointing our kicking foot, we're relaxing our stomach, and we're bending our spine. Also in standing bow, the shoulders are stretching apart, versus in standing head to knee, the shoulders are in line. So just notice the differences. They're complementary postures. Slowly body down to parallel, leg up to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly. Kick yourself up, feet together, arms down, take a breath, hold still. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, suck your stomach in, round down and pick up your right foot. Relax your face, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, bend the elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles. Slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee, and then maybe see if you can let go. Okay, when you're ready, reverse out. Head up, arms straight. Bend the right leg, point the right toes, knees together. We're going to do arms and legs at once. Left arm up, right arm back. Lift your left kneecap, point your right toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. So you're sliding the shoulders apart, shoulder blade scapula, stretching away from body, left tricep tight, nothing loose or hanging. All 5 fingers together towards the end. If you can balance, start to come down, body down to parallel, leg up to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Slowly kick yourself up with control. Last one, bring your right leg up, squeeze your right thigh. Sorry, lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, round down, pick up your left foot. All 10 fingers interlock, stomach in. I'm going to take a moment here to catch my breath. And when you're ready, lift your left leg up. So always breathing through the nose. Both legs lock, bend elbows down. Your elbows go below calf muscles. Tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. And maybe start to let go of the grip on your foot. Let's reverse out. Head up. Arms straight. Bend the left leg. Point the left toes. Knees together. Arms at once. Left arm back. Right arm up. Lock your right leg. Point your left toes. Lift your chin. Stretch up. And slowly kick. Stretch. And breathe. So remember that it's a back bend. If you start to fall out, hold where you are. Then once you can balance, then go deeper. But at least for me, the trick when I find I'm unbalanced, I just hold still. When you're ready, body down more, leg up more, charge your body forward, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up. Okay, come to the back of your mat, Total Dandasana, balancing stick, feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, square off your hips, lock both legs, point your left toes, stretch up, and tilt slowly with control, like a slow moving seesaw. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. From the side, body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, left foot down, right foot back, big stretch up, stomach in, step your left foot forward, shift your weight to your left foot, stretch, and tilt. Arms with ears. Try not to open your hips. So right hip down, spiral inner right thigh up, right foot a little to the right, ankle and hip in line, body down, leg up, stretch, change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. You can do second set just like you did first set, or you can make it a back bend, a standing split called split arm. I'll show you from the side. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together. This time just cross your thumbs. Step your right foot forward, stretch up. Lock both legs, squeeze your butts, and start to tilt. So you're coming down just like balancing stick, and then once you're parallel, keep coming down, but look forward, do a back bend. So stomach to thigh, keep looking forward, lift your left leg all the way up to the ceiling, split your arms back and up, change, left foot down, arms up, right foot back, big stretch up, step your left foot forward, lock both legs, point your right toes, come down slowly, just like balancing stick. Once you're parallel, split your arms up and back, up your chest, back bend, try to touch your right big toe to the ceiling, stomach to thigh, keep looking forward, stretch, change, right foot down, arms up, left foot back, optional sun salute, inhale, look up, exhale, fold, inhale, lengthen, exhale, you can step or float back. If you're floating back, lower with elbows bent, inhale, your up dog or cobra, exhale, down dog or child's pose, heels to floor, hips to ceiling, spread your fingers wide. Let's do that with dry breath. Inhale through the nose against the back of the throat. Exhale through the nose against the back of the throat. Inhale, look forward, you can step forward, float forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 4 feet minimum, big step, arms down parallel to the floor. If you'd like to turn to face the long side of your mat, you're welcome to. Turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward, look forward all the way down. Standing separate leg stretching, grab your heels from behind, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, catch your breath, keep pulling, keep stretching, touch your head to the floor, in between your feet. Good. Change slowly, come up. We're gonna go into our yoga squats. So for the second set, bring your feet in a little bit more, heel toe your feet in. You can put your hands on your hips here for a second, turn your toes out and your heels in. Now, notably, depending on how big your hips are, the proportion of your hips to your femurs to your knees, you might want a bigger step than I'm taking. For me, a smaller step helps, but you can have up to a 2 or 3 foot step between your heels. So heels in, toes out, hold forward, hands to the floor, bend your knees and see if you can sit down. This posture is called Malasana in Sanskrit, garland pose in English. We also call it a yogi squat. So eventually your heels are to the floor. If you find that you're leaning way forward, that's okay. Slowly over time, you're gonna bring the heels down. If your heels touch the floor, hands at heart center, push the elbows out, lift the chest up. And if this is easy, point your toes forward, so eventually the insides of your feet are parallel. This is a body movement that a lot of people use in the world to like sit, eat, hang out by the side of the road, use the bathroom, but a lot of Americans cannot sit like this. It's really good for your hips, good for digestion. If you're a person that menstruates, this is good for relieving cramps and helping with menstruation flow. So there's lots of good benefits to this posture, and it's something that you can just do for like a minute or 2 every day. And slowly over time, the heels come back towards the floor as the hips sink down and the chest lifts up. Okay, from here, you're gonna put your hands on the floor. If your heels are turned out, turn your toes in, lift your hips up. Very nice, bring your arms out to parallel change. Slowly come up, triangle. From here, we're gonna take a wider step. Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, left toes in, inhale, bend your right leg, sit down. Push your hips forward, lean back, move your arms at the same time. Right elbow in front of the knee, hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, really reach your left arm up. Push your left hip forward and down, push your right knee back, reach your left arm up, stretch your right arm down, turn. Twist upper body back, walk your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, 2 heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg, sit down. Push your hips forward, lean back, keep your spine straight in the middle, and move your arms. Left elbow in front of the knee, aim your fingertips towards your big and second toe. Look up to the ceiling, reach your right arm up, stretch your left arm down, touch your shoulder to your chin, stomach in. Push your right hip forward and down, stomach in. Push your left knee back with the help of your elbow, chest up. Stretch your arms apart, sit down more, chest up more, turn, twist, block your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in. Second set, you can do just as we did first set, or we can try a fun variation. Turn your right foot out without bending your right knee. Start to lean to the right and come down. Left arm up, right arm down. At first, right hand can be on your shin, your ankle, eventually the floor in front of your foot. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder. You want to feel this nice inner thigh stretch and a really nice line from your hip all the way to the crown of your head. This is how a lot of other styles of yoga, this is what a lot of other styles of yoga call triangle pose, Trikonasana. Bikram's version is a little bit unique. Option to stay here or try what's called bird of paradise. Bend your right knee again. Take your right hand between your legs like you're trying to pat your own butt. Drape your left hand behind you. See if you can catch your hands behind you. This is called a bind. From here, walk your feet back together, which is a really awkward process, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. Can you touch your heels together first? Once heels are together, shift your weight to your left foot and lift up all the way up. I'm going to turn in a circle just for fun. If you can lift all the way up. Another fun thing is you can do it from standing. If you can lift all the way up, then start to kick your right leg up. That has never happened to me before. That was fun. Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, chest up, and change. Bring your right foot down to the floor. Take a bigger step. Undo the bind, bring your arms to 6 and 12 o'clock, change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out. Let's see how the other side goes. Triangle, bring your left hand to the left, Hold left hand down, right arm up, both legs long. Slowly over time, hand in front of the foot, look up, stretch up, reach your right arm up, stretch your left arm down. Option to stay here or float a bird of paradise, bend your left knee, take your left hand in between your legs, try to reach your right hand behind you, catch your hands together, walk your feet back together. Shift your weight to your right foot and lift up. Okay. If you can lift all the way up, point your left toes and see if you can kick your left leg up. So one day, both legs lock, hips forward, chest back. Good, bend your left knee, put your left foot on the floor, take a bigger step, right foot on the floor, undo the bind, arms up and down, change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, pivot on your heels. We're doing a separate leg series, a little different today, if you can't tell. Turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, standing separate leg, head to knee pose, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly with control go down. So we've been going kind of fast, and now we're going kind of slow. Chin to chest, stomach in, touch your forehead and knee together. If your forehead and knee don't touch, try taking a wider step. You can bend your front leg more, turn your back toes in more, push your left hip forward more, push your hands into the floor more, chin to chest. Eventually forehead and knee touch, but you're never forcing your body. It's a compression posture, first and foremost. We're squeezing, compressing the abdominal wall. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times real quick first. Lock both legs second, hands together third, and then change. Slowly come up, arms to your ears, hands together, head up last. Good. Pick up your toes, pivot on your heels to the other side of the room, uncross your heels, turn your back toes in, push your right hip forward, peel your left rib cage back, stretch up, chin to chest, go down, stomach in, chin to chest, stomach in. Touch your forehead and knee together, front side compression, throat choked, jaw relaxed, eyes open, stomach in, breathing normal. Stretch your fingertips beyond your big and second toe, bring maximum weight to your front foot, left hip up, right hip forward, 2 hips in line. So right hip forward and down, get your 2 hips even. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times real quick, lock both legs. Lock your hands back together if they've separated, and change. Imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, head up, last. Good. Pivot on your heels to face forward. For the second set, you can keep your arms up like this, or you can bring your arms back behind you. Pivot on your heels, and so I'm going to show you from the back for a second. At first, you just have your hands like this, holding onto your hands, but eventually you're going to start to tilt your hands, and if you can bring hands in prayer, then see how high up you can lift your hands. Okay. Turn your back toes in, left hip forward. We're going to do what's called pyramid pose. Rather than rounding your back, flatten your back, stretch up, and fold forward with a flat back, straight spine, stomach to thigh, chest to knee, chin to shin. Good. So back is flat. Option to stay here, or interlace fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lift your hands up and forward for a shoulder rinse. Take a breath. If you have your arms up overhead, bring your hands back to the lower back. Lock both legs, chin away from the chest, lift up. Push your right foot into the floor to come up. Coming up with a flat back, straight spine. No, it's a little counterintuitive for us. When you're ready, pivot on your heels. I'm going to face you. So a big trick to balancing here with your hands behind you is to make sure that your heels are in line but not crisscross. And the more weight you bring into your front foot, the easier it is. Stretch up, chin away from the chest, go down with a flat back. Stomach to thigh, chest to knee, chin to chin, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, bring your hands up and forward for a shoulder rinse as you breathe to your nose. Your hands are up and forward, bring your hands back to your lower back, push your left foot into the floor, chin away from the chest, change. Push your foot into the floor as you lift yourself up. Beautiful. Pivot on your heels. Right foot back, arms down, optional sun salute. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, your up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. This is our second to last sun salute. Take a slow inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through your nose. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Come to the middle of your mat for tree pose, followed by toe stand. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. Touch your heel to your costume, sole of foot, flat to ceiling. Slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back. You can bring one or both hands together. You're welcome to stay here in tree pose the whole time. You can also try a fun half bind. Take your right arm out to the right, palm faces the wall behind you. Reach behind you, see if you can catch your right big toe with your right hand. This is a half lotus bind. Option to stay here or bring your hands back together and start to fold forward into your toe stand. Hands to floor, lift your heel, bend your knees, sit down. Walk your hands back, lift your chest up, left hand up to the center of your chest, right hand up, palms together, spine straight. If you have your hands in prayer, maybe start to slide your right foot forward, see if you can kick it out, and then pull it back in. I'm cheating, I just have my right foot on the floor, but you're gonna kick out and then pull back in. And when you're ready, hands to the floor, lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg, push your hips forward to reverse out. Good. When you're ready, change right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, lift your left leg up, heel to costume, let your left knee drop down and back. Left hand up, and if you can balance, right hand. Option to stay here. Second option, take your left hand out to the left, reach behind you, see if you can catch your left big toe with your left hand. Option to stay here or any other variation, or you can float a toe stand. I'm not going to do toe stand, but I'll walk you through it. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you. Don't move your eyes, stomach in, fold forward. Hands to floor first, lean forward, lift your right heel, bend your right knee, sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Make sure you're having fun. Whether you're in tree or toe, push your left hip forward, point your left toes, left knee down. Left hand up, right hand up. If that's easy, start to slide your left forward, maybe kick out, and then maybe pull it back in. Good. Hands back to the floor. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg. Push your hips forward to reverse out. Looking good, very nice. And when you're ready, change. Left leg down, last sun salute. Inhale, arms overhead, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Take a slow inhale through your nose. Easy exhale through your nose. Breathe in. Slowly breathe out. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Wonderful. And we're on the floor for the rest of class. You can give yourself a high five, fist bump, pat on the back, turn around, lie down, Savasana. I'm gonna adjust our camera angle a little bit. Whee! Okay. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, heels together, toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling. Eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. Savasana is a gas station. Let it fill you up. You're going to inhale through your nose, feel your chest rise. And then exhale through your nose, let your shoulders fall. Breathe in and breathe out. So again, Bikram Chaudhry created the 26 and 2 yoga sequence out of a larger sequence of 84 asanas created by Bishnu Ghosh, which is really fun. You can Google it and look at it, or there are classes that you can take, although they're a little bit hard to find these days, which is kind of unfortunate. And within the 84 asanas, there's some really not acceptable stuff. Like there's literally a series called the leg breaking series, which I can tell you about someday if you'd like. But there's some other fun stuff in there. And the other thing that's kind of cool is all 26 postures and 2 breathing exercises are in that sequence, but they're a little bit out of order. So for example, you do triangle pose before you do standing head to knee, and actually do standing separate leg head to knee before you do standing head to knee, stuff like that. So it's just a reminder of how much of a living tradition I think this is. Sometimes we think like, oh, yoga is like really ancient, but it's actually
continues to change, and it's really changed a lot in the last couple hundred years. And as practitioners, we're also part of that tradition, right? And we're part of the people who are like changing it and adding to it and like honoring the roots of yoga, while also looking for ways that it can be like, I don't know, more accessible, right? Or you know, different postures for different bodies. So just keep that in mind, that this like is your practice, and you are like contributing to this living lineage of yoga that's often referred to as the Ghosh lineage of yoga out of Calcutta, India. Pavana Muktasana, when removing pose, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight white knuckle grip, pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor, tuck your chin in a little bit, look down the center line of your body, pull and breathe. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down, avoid your rib cage. If your right calf muscle doesn't naturally touch the floor here, flex your right toes back to your face, otherwise keep right foot relaxed. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows, meet each other, give yourself a big hug for coming to class, good for you. Squeeze your knees together and down, keep your head on the floor without lifting your head, tuck your chin in a little bit, look down the center line of your body and breathe. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. Another cool thing to keep in mind, you know, this in 26 and 2 yoga and also in the 84 asanas, there's sequences within the series. So like the spine strengthening series, the balancing series, right? There's just more sequences within the 84. Like again, the handstand series, the lotus series, the leg breaker series. But one thing that's not always really clear in the 26 and 2 sequence is what we call the hip opening series. That's tree pose and toe stand. But it's also wind removing pose, what we're doing right here. And it's not really clear because 2 are standing, 1 is on the floor, and there's a big, you know, savasana in between. But keep that in mind that wind removing pose is related to tree pose and toe stand. And in the second set, we can do some other postures that are part of that like hip opening sequence. So we're going to start with what's called supine figure 4. Bend your legs on the floor so that your feet are on the floor. Lift your right foot off the floor, cross your right ankle shin over your left thigh. So if you look down the center line of your body, your legs make a 4 shape. Option to stay here or lift your left foot off the floor, hug your thighs in towards your abdomen. If you'd like, you can interlace your fingers behind your left thigh and pull down even more. This is a really great way to stretch your side seat, your sciatic nerve, and open through the right hip. And this is a precursor to a posture called pigeon pose that has a lot of fun variations in it within the 84 asana sequence. Pigeon pose can be like not quite accessible for a lot of people. So this is a wonderful way to kind of work towards that. Release any grip you have on your legs, bring your left foot down to the floor, right foot down to the floor, other side, cross your left ankle over your right knee, lift your right foot up, interlock your 10 fingers behind your right thigh. Pull your knee down, feeling a nice stretch along the left side seat, left thigh, right, left hip. And release, right foot down, left foot down, happy baby. Keep your knees bent, lift both feet up. See if you can catch the outside of your feet with your hands. I like to have my elbows inside and hands outside. If you can't grab your feet, grab the backs of your thighs. And from here, you're gonna roll right and left, back and forth, rolling out the back. Should feel really good to your back. And maybe as you roll to the left, you straighten your left leg and then come back to center. As you roll to the right, you straighten your right leg and come back to center. And then straight in the middle, coming back, pull the knees down towards the floor. And if that garland pose malasana yogi squat was not accessible for you, this is the precursor to that. So if you do happy baby here, you kind of look at what's happening with your feet, right? It does look a lot like that yogi squat, but you're on your back rather than your feet. So again, yogi squat is not accessible for you yet. Do happy baby every day. Pigeon pose is not accessible for you yet. Do supine figure 4 every day, right? There's so many different variations, modifications, different, postures that help get us the same results. Release the grip on your feet, bring your arms and legs down, savasana. Now, another interesting, difference between 84 and 26 and 2. In 26 and 2 is much more, I think, beginner friendly. You do 2 of everything, right? So everybody gets a second chance. And there's also more breaks in between postures. 84 asanas, it's 1 set of everything. And a lot of the sequence flow back to back to back. So there's no resting, no savasanas in between. We're going to pay homage to that a little bit more on the floor series. with the spine strengthening series, but first a sit-up. If sit-ups do not feel good to your back, don't do them. Roll off to the side, meet us on your stomach. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, turn line your stomach for the spine strengthening series. I'm going to do a quick step change here and move my mat in the other direction. Okay, so in paying homage to the Ghosh lineage of yoga, we're going to flow the spine strengthening posture. So we're going to go from locust we're going to go from cobra to locust, to full locust, to bow, and then take a break. Ready? Cobra, chin forward, hands flat on the floor below the shoulders, elbows point up, zip up your legs, toes and heels touch, block your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor, beautiful. Use 100% spine strength, come up halfway only, belly button down, shoulders back and down, elbows bent, lock your legs, push your feet, hips and hands down. Look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change slowly with control, lower down. Locust, Shalabhasana, chin forward, arms straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day pinky fingers touch, spread your fingers wide. Block your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head, lift your leg, press your shoulders down. Change right leg down, relax your right leg, walk your left leg, point your left toes and lift your left leg up without opening the hip, right? Keep your left hip down, lengthen, lift, change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin in just a little bit, mouth on your mat, bring your arms a little closer underneath you, spread your fingers wide, mouth down, shoulders down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, lift both legs up, come up, everybody come up, you can do it, roll forward, don't give up, mouth down, shoulders down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, lift your thighs up, change, slowly lower down. Purna Shalabhasana, full locust. Bring your arms out to the side like airplane wings, zip up your legs, toes and heels touch, take a breath. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor. So nice, like a 747 taking off, just your hip bones on the floor. The rest of your body's in the air. Look up to the ceiling where eyes go, body knows to follow. Lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly with control, lower down. Dhanurasana, floor bow, chin forward. Bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes. Thumbs with your index fingers. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up to the ceiling and start to kick into your hands. Continuously keep kicking, very nice, without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward once, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still. Do little sips of air in and out to your nose, point your toes, look up, keep your neck long, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. Inhale through your nose. And slowly exhale through your nose. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently lift your head and look to the left, right ear on your mat. So in Bikram's yoga, we call that the spine strengthening series. And in Ghosh's yoga, there's a complementary series called the full series, F-U-L-L, full series. And it's just fuller versions of the back bends. And I actually really like how that's phrased because sometimes, we might call them like more advanced versions of postures, and more there's a pushback against that terminology, right? I really like the idea of like, these are just fuller back bends. They're not necessarily better or worse. They're just like maybe a little bit deeper. So second set, if you'd like, you can try full cobra with me. Chin forward, hands flat on the floor, below the shoulders. This time you're going to open up your feet about mat width distance, and then walk your hands back about 4 more inches so your thumbs are in line with your lower ribs. Lock your legs, push your hands down, look up and lift. So this is option 1, right? You keep your elbows bent, hands on the floor. Option 2, keep your feet on the floor and see if you can straighten your arms for a deeper back bend. Now at first, maybe the hips are lifting up and the shoulders are tensing. See if you can drop your hips down and bring the shoulders back and down. So now hips are on the floor, shoulders back and down. You can stay here, or you can drop your head back, squeeze your butt more than you think you can, keep pushing your hands into the floor. You can stay here or full cobra, bend your legs, eventually head and toes touch. Good. If you've bent the legs, bring your feet back to the floor, Bend your elbows slowly, lower down. So it's just the fuller version of the back bend, right? And all of the full versions, the full extent is that eventually your head and your toes touch, and eventually even like your toes go underneath your chin. Crazy. Next is locust Shalabhasana. I'm not there, you don't have to be there either. Chin forward, Shalabhasana locust, arm straight position. Rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day pinky fingers touch. So for locust, if you'd like, you can tuck your toes under, lock your legs, and take a moment here what it feels like to like push your big toes back and roll forward, right? You want to feel that like coming forward, shoulders forward. And that's eventually what it's going to feel like in full, the full locust version. So for here, keep your toes tucked under, bend your knees, stick your butt up, try to get your knees to your fingertips. You'll notice that I can talk normally. The weight is in my shoulders. It is not in my neck. Keep your left toes tucked under, lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up. Option to stay here or straighten your left leg. Really feel the weight in your shoulders. Change left knee down, right knee down, other side. Lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. Option to stay here or tuck your right toes under, lock both legs, change right knee down, left knee down. So for the third part, if you have any concerns about your neck, keep your chin down, mouth down. Undo third part of locust with your feet apart and see if that'll help you lift up more. Otherwise, you're going to keep your chin forward and see if you can kick your feet all the way up over the top of your head. Again, the weight's going to be in your shoulders, not your neck, but you do need neck flexibility to have your chin forward. Here we go. So it's like a tadpole motion. You want to kick up and forward. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Not today for me. Good. Change. Slowly come down whenever you're ready. Full locust, Pranay Shalabhasana, arms out to the side like airplane wings. So what we're going to do in this version is just another fun version of full cobra. And I know a lot of what I'm saying doesn't make sense, but I promise that it's like backed as far as how we refer to things in this sequence. So apologize if it doesn't make sense, but I'm trying to keep it true to what we would say in the Ghosh lineage of yoga. Bring your chin forward, arms out to the side. This time, bring your feet about mat width distance. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, look up, keep your feet down, and just see how high you can lift up. Good. So this is version 1. If you want, you can come down again. And version 2 is you're going to go all the way back and see if you can grab your knees. And if you can grab your knees, version 3, bend your feet and try to touch your head and toes together. If you've bent your legs, bring your feet back to the floor. Hands together, change slowly, lower down. Whew, what a doozy. Dhanurasana, floor bow. Chin forward, bend your legs. Option 1, grab your feet from the outside. Option 2, walk your hands around, grab your feet from the inside, just like in standing bow pulling pose. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up and kick into your hands. If you are doing option 2, you can try a full floor bow, which adds like a shoulder rotation component to it. You're going to bend your left elbow out and forward, right elbow out and forward, drop your head back, eventually head and toes touch. If you've got the shoulder rotation, you're in full floor bow, you're going to release the grip with your left foot, look forward, left hand to floor, and then release the grip with your right foot, right hand to floor, and then slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, take a breath. And then lift your head, look to your left, right here on your mat, take a slow breath. So there's a lot to learn within the 84 asanas, and I tried to do it justice, but it is a lot to pack in a small amount of time. And I'm still working on the best way to articulate all the things that are in my mind about this really beautiful and powerful sequence of yoga. So thank you for your patience when I sometimes mince words. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push yourself up. The same way that we flowed through the spine strengthening and full series, we're also going to flow through what's called the fixed firm series. Open your knees, open your feet, start to walk your hands back and sink your hips down between your heels. If and only if you can sit between your heels, put your hands on your feet. Right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to the floor, tuck your chin in, feels so good, neck, shoulders on the floor, lengthening out the neck spine, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. So this is called Supta Vajrasana, fixed firm. And the idea here is that the tops of the feet, ankles, shins, and knees are fixed firmly to the floor. And for the next 4 postures, this one and the next 3, You're going to notice that while the feet and shins stay on the floor, you'll notice like in this posture, feet are apart, and the next posture, knees and feet are together, and the next posture, knees and feet are apart, and the next posture, knees and feet are together, and the next posture, back is flat, and the one after that, we'll do a back bend, and the one after that, we'll do a forward curl. So by flowing the postures back to back to back to back, you can kind of see how complementary they are. Change, put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, and this time come to the middle of your mat for half tortoise, Ardha Krimasana. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels. So after that back bend, we're going to stretch the spine. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, stretch up. Exhale, fold with a flat back, straight spine, chin away from your chest, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, slowly lift up. Lift your hips, stand on your knees, open your knees, 6 inches between knees and feet. Put your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor, camel pose. Keep your eyes open, push your hips forward a little bit, look up, drop your head back. Option to stay here or go back halfway. Keep your hands on your back as long as you can. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your HEELS heels. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift chest up, drop head back, and change. Put your hands on your back, press yourself up, head up last. Rabbit Sasangasana, we're gonna flip it and reverse it. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, make L's with your hands like little bunny ears. Grab your heels from the outside, stretch up, chin to chest, go down, round your spine, chin to chest, stomach in, forehead to knees, top of head to floor, reach back, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one. That head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lock your arms, lift your shoulders, round your back. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last, very nice. Turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Should feel really good to lay on your back after all that. It's a yoga myth that yogis only practice asanas. For a lot of people who have a yoga posture practice, they also do different drills. And I have, a lot of tricks up my sleeve if you ever want to try different drills, but we can do one here. It's a core strengthener. In other styles of fitness, you might call it bicycle kicks. So you're going to bend your legs so that your feet are on the floor, keep your knees bent, lift your legs off the floor so that your knees are over your hips and your shins are parallel to the ceiling. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit so you feel your lower back on the floor. Interlace your fingers, lift your head gently and place your hands behind the nape of your neck. Look down the center line of your body. Try to keep lower back on the floor. From here, you're going to start to bring your right leg to the back wall. Look a little to the left, bring your right elbow towards left knee, and then pull back to center. Straighten your left leg towards the back wall, bring left elbow towards right knee, and then pull back to center. Right leg long, right elbow towards left knee, pull back to center. Left leg long, pull left elbow towards right knee, come back to center. Then you pick up the pace. And if this doesn't feel good for your hip flexors, then don't straighten your legs all the way. And these can stay a little bit. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release, arms down. And part of why we do that too is because even within the 26 and 2 sequence, right, there is like a drill, and it's the sit-ups. Those aren't postures, those are just core strengtheners. We do less sit-ups in this version, right? So we do that. Okay, you can always skip sit-ups, roll off to the side, otherwise legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the top of your mat, second set, fixed firm. Maybe start knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Now open your feet, try keeping your knees together. Whoa, sit down between your heels. Put your palms on your soles, right elbow down, left elbow down, drop head back, head to floor. Tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Now, for those of you that go into this posture pretty easily, like every time you have healthy knees, you want to get more of a quadricep and kneecap stretch. You're going to keep your knees and feet on the floor, squeeze your butt, and lift your hips. So lift your pelvis up so that the butt comes off the floor. Feel that stretch in the knees and quads, and then lower down. Let's do that 2 more times. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up, lower down, And last time, squeeze your tush, lift your pelvis up and lower down. Good, change. Put your hands on your feet, press yourself up, head up last, very nice. Come to the center of your mat, and this time, rather than doing half tortoise, if you'd like, we can try a wide-legged child's pose. Feet together, open your knees about mat width distance, and this time, walk your hands forward. Forehead to floor, palms to floor. So versus in half tortoise, the palms are together, the arms are active, the pinky fingers touch the floor, and the knees are together. In wide-legged child's pose, the arms are a little bit more soft, the palms are on the floor, the knees are open, so you get a deeper hip and inner thigh stretch as you lengthen your spine. Good. Look forward, put your hands on the floor, push yourself up. Keep your knees mat width distance, lift up for second set of camel. Now, the same way that we had like full cobra, full bow pose, right? Stuff like that. There's also a fuller version of camel where we're gonna go all the way back. Now, you don't have to go all the way back today, but we can do some fun drills to get you a little bit closer into full camel. So you're always welcome to put your hands on your back and go back like you would normally in second set, or you can join me with your hands at heart center. You're gonna look up towards the ceiling, drop your head back, and at first, one hand at a time, see if you can high five the ceiling. So reach your right hand up, push your palm up like you're high fiving the ceiling, bring your right hand down, left hand up, push your hand up like you're high fiving the ceiling, and then both hands up like you're raising the roof, all right? And then your hands back. And from here, we're gonna play patty cake with the back wall. So go back a little bit more, and bring your right hand this time to the wall behind you like you're trying to high five the back wall. Fingers pointing to the floor, wrists pointing towards the ceiling. Pull back to center, bring the left hand back up like you're playing patty cakes with the back wall. Left hand back to center, both arms back. So it goes patty cake, baker's man, and eventually you're gonna go all the way back. Eventually hands to floor, bend elbows, eventually head to toes, eventually or in the future, grab heels. Full camel. Okay, so it all goes back to this idea of eventually head and toes touch. Okay, if you're in regular camel, put your hands on your back, push yourself up. If you're in full camel, put your hands on the floor, straighten your arms, hands together, change. Good, slowly come up. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels. You're welcome to do a second set of rabbit. You can also join me on your back for a plow pose, shoulder stand, bonanza, extravaganza, if you will. So if you've never done plow pose or shoulder stand, I will walk you through it. You're gonna lie on your back. Make sure there's some room behind you because eventually your feet are gonna go over the top of your head. From here, walk your hands underneath you, palms face the floor. Bend your legs and then lift your feet up so your feet are on the floor. And at first, you're just gonna rock back and forth, up and down. So you're gonna try and like lift your hips up a little bit, right? Just rocking up. And eventually, when you've got a good one, you're gonna keep going. Ooh, press your shoulders down, try to lift your hips up. So eventually your feet touch the floor behind your head. This is what's called plow pose. If and only if your feet are touching the floor, we're gonna go into what's called ear pressure pose. Bend your legs so that your knees come towards your ears, like eventually you could cover your ears with your knees. And then from there, if you'd like, you can grab your heels with your hands and pull down. And now it's an awful lot like rabbit pose, just on our shoulders and necks rather than on our shins. If you're in ear pressure pose, bring your hands back down to the floor, straighten your legs. If you're in plow and you'd like to float a shoulder stand, bend your arms so that your hands are on your lower back for support. Keep your chin tucked to your chest, squeeze your butt, and lift your legs up towards the ceiling. The trick here is you want to move your hips forward, keep your chin to chest, so eventually ankles over hips. Good. If you're in shoulder stand, you're going to lower your legs back into plow pose. Hands back to the floor, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, hips down, legs down. And if you'd like a counter stretch to your shoulder stand plow pose extravaganza, bend your elbows, drop your head back, fish pose. This is also the pregnancy modification variation for cobra. If you're in fish pose, tuck your chin and back of the head on the floor. Bring your arms out, turn around Savasana. And if you were doing a second set of rabbit that entire time, good for you. Okay, take a breath. Almost to the end. Here we go. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. So much fun stuff. Right leg out, left leg in, 2 legs, make an L. First set, normal. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing under the ball of your foot, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, 2 legs, make an L, a 90-degree angle, no wider. Stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee, try to bring right rib cage close to left thigh. Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, right hip down, right shoulder down, 2 shoulders in line. Change. Arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with your middle and index fingers, peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left. I'm going to show you from the side. Right, left, 10 to 15 times. At first, knees are bent, eventually legs are straight. If your legs are straight, lock your legs, puff up your chest. Everybody fold forward, stick your butt out a little bit. Stomach to thighs pull, chest and knees stretch, one day toes and head touch. Good, change, stay seated, spine twist. Option to keep your left leg long or bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to your left knee. Right arm close behind you, left arm up, draw a circle, over, push your right knee out of the way, grab your left knee with your left hand, hand, heel, and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up, stomach in. Exhale through your nose, look over right shoulder and twist. If you can balance here, take your right hand off the floor, reach behind you, catch your left thigh with your right hand for a half bind. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist and twist and twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on the floor, touch left heel to right knee. Make sure that you're not sitting on your right foot. Left arm behind you, right arm up, draw a circle, over, push knee out of the way, grab right knee with right hand. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look over left shoulder. You can keep your left hand behind you or reach behind you, touch your right thigh with your left hand for a half bind. Hold the abdomen in, keep your right knee down, left foot down. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist and twist and twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, savasana. Make everything stretch out and realign. You're welcome to do second set just as you did first set, or I'll show us some different variations of head to knee, Janusharasana, and Paschimottanasana. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, second set, Janusharasana. This time you can bring your right leg out more and your left leg in. You can have your right hand outside of your right thigh and reach your left arm up. So now it's a side stretch rather than a compression posture. You can stay here or come down and eventually catch your foot with one or both hands. Right rib cage forward, left rib cage back. Open your chest like a flower petal blooming. And release, come on up, left leg out, right leg in, skin. You can have your legs wider than 90 degrees. So now you feel an inner thigh stretch. Take your right arm overhead, stretching the right side body, compressing the left side body, sort of like our half moon at the beginning of class. Option to stay here or keep folding forward and eventually catch your left foot with one or both hands. Left shoulder forward, right rib cage back. Good, release. Come on up, keep your left leg long, right leg long, stick your butt out, flex your toes back, and start to fold forward. Again, going down with a flat back, straight spine. So it's the same idea of stretching the spine, stretching the torso. When our feet are together, we stretch the hamstrings. When our legs are apart, we stretch the inner thighs. A little bit of a lower body difference, but the upper body stays the same as you fold. Good, change, come on up, stay seated. We're gonna go into our spine twist. 3 options. Option 1, sit crisscross applesauce. Option 2, half lotus. Straighten your left leg, take your right foot on top of your right thigh. You'll notice that this is like our version of tree pose. Option 3, take your left foot over your right leg, and now you're in lotus pose. Right hand close behind you like a second spine, left arm up, place left hand on right knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look over right shoulder twist. If you are in half lotus or lotus, see if you can take your right hand behind you, catch your right foot with your right hand for the half bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind. If you are in lotus pose, stay as you are. In pretty much every lineage of yoga, the right foot is always on bottom and the left foot is always on top. If you are in half lotus, switch out the legs. You're working both hips and knees equally the same. And if you're crisscross applesauce, switch out the legs, which is one of the weirdest things you will ever experience, right? Is doing the opposite leg in crisscross applesauce. I know. Okay, left hand behind you, right arm up, over, take your right hand to left knee. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. Notice if you're leaning to one side, roll a little to the right, evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. If you can balance, take your left hand behind you. If you're in half lotus or lotus, see if you can catch your left big toe with your left hand for the bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist. Good, unwind. And if you are in lotus pose, try bound lotus. Take your right hand behind you, catch your right big toe with right hand, left hand behind you, catch left big toe with left hand. And now we are in our bound lotus. Good, unwind, turn around, Savasana. So the same way that in 84 series, there's like the leg breaker series, the handstand series, the shoulder stand series. There's also a whole lotus series where you do like lots of fun different lotus variations. Keep in mind in 26 and 2, our tree pose is what a lot of other styles of yoga call standing half lotus. So if you pay attention to your tree pose every day and you really work on opening up the hips, that gets you a little bit closer to sitting in lotus one day. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. And if you work on the half bind in our spine twist at the end of class, that gets you a little closer to bound lotus every day, right? All the components are there. Kapalabhati breathing, first set normal, sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit in Vajrasana, in firm pose, don't do it. Sit on your butt every once in a while. Try to sit on your feet. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we call our breathing exercise Bikram's final breathing Kapalabhati breathing. Other styles of yoga would probably describe it more as a different breathing exercise called Vastrika. Kapalabhati breathing and every other style of yoga is done through the nose. So if you've never tried that before, you can try it through the nose, a little bit more calming, especially in the evening. And I think it's easier for me to really feel my lungs contracting with the breath out. So you're going to swallow a couple times, definitely lubricate your throat for this. And you're just going to exhale rapidly through your nose as you pull your belly in. So take an inhale through your nose and begin. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five. Pat on the back. Turn around. Final Savasana. I apologize. We went over time. You need to leave. I totally understand. If you have time, make time. Final Savasana. Close your eyes. Open your arms and legs. Take as much or as little space as you'd like. And take a deep, life-giving breath. One of the things that I really love about 26 and 2 yoga is that it really covers a lot of the bases for like, physical and I think mental health. It doesn't necessarily make you like a bodybuilder, but it'll help you have a good life and like walk upstairs without pain. It'll help you sit up straight at work without pain, right? Versus 84 asanas, there's some stuff in there that I don't really think is like necessary for having like a good healthy lifestyle, right? Like being able to like walk around without pain. But again, it's this idea of our 26 and 2 yoga. It not only gets us out of like physical pain, but I also think it helps us get out of like emotional, psychological, spiritual suffering. So in yoga, there's this saying, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And every time you step onto your mat, you're choosing a more loving path towards yourself, a more compassionate path towards yourself. So good for you for doing that today. Nobody can take that away from you, right? And that's a choice you made for yourself. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. And all is coming.